first thing rejection does, it changes how you see yourself. It takes an event and turns it into identity. See, there's a difference between saying, I experienced rejection, and saying, I'm rejected. One is something that happened to you, right? The other is something you believe about you. And many people are living from the second one. They're not simply remembering rejection. They are wearing rejection. They are carrying it into every room. They're carrying it into every relationship. They're carrying it into every prayer. They're carrying it into ministry. They're carrying it into marriage. They carry it into parenting. They carry it into leadership. And because rejection has shaped the way they see themselves, they keep trying to prove they are worth loving. So what do? We overperform, right? We over-explain. We over-apologize. We overthink. We overgive. We overwork. Then we try to become needed because deep down, we are afraid that we are not wanted. And that is a major sign of rejection. When you don't feel wanted, you try to become useful. Because if people need you, maybe they will not leave you, right? But God never called us to live as a slave trying to earn a place in the house. Called us to live as sons. He called you to live as a daughter. There's a difference between being used and being loved. The difference between being needed and being known. A difference between performing for acceptance and living from acceptance. And Jesus did not come just to give you something to do. He came to bring you back into relationship with the Father. So I want you to picture a cracked mirror. So think about this, right? If the mirror is cracked, the image in the mirror becomes what? Distorted. So your face didn't change, the mirror changed. Think about that. But if you keep looking into a cracked mirror long enough, you may begin to believe the distortion. And that is what rejection does. Rejection becomes a cracked mirror. You look at yourself through pain. You look at yourself at your worth through abandonment. You look at your future through betrayal. You look at your calling through criticism. And then you say, I'm not enough. Then we say, I'm too damaged. I'm always overlooked. I will never be loved, right? I would never belong. But the problem is not who God made you to be. The problem is the mirror that we've been looking into. And that is why we need the Word of God, the Scriptures. Because the Word becomes a true mirror. The Word tells us who we are when the pain lied to us. The Word tells us who God is when rejection distorts Him. The Word tells me what Jesus accomplished when my emotions were trying to preach another gospel to me. If you look at the scriptures in the book of James chapter 1, verse 23 through 25, it says, for if anyone is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he's like a man observing his natural face in a mirror. For he observes himself, goes away, and immediately forgets what kind of man he was. But he who looks into the perfect law of liberty and continues in it, this one will be blessed in what he does. So the word of God is a mirror. And if we want to break the power of rejection, we have to stop letting rejection tell us who we are. We have to look into the word. You have to keep looking. You have to continue in it, because rejection has been speaking for years. One sermon may encourage you. That's true. One prayer, we know this, may touch you. But you need to continue in truth until the lie loses its voice. We need to keep coming back to what God said until what people did no longer defines us.